Let's talk about Ashton Hall's morning routine and the male gaze. The term male gaze was originally coined as a way to critique media. At its core, it's about how women aren't depicted as autonomous beings in media. They're always depicted in relation to a male looking at them. Some of the most obvious examples of this are in ads, where women are often not even looking at the camera. It's the man who's looking at the camera. Literally the male gaze. That's if a woman's face is even depicted at all. A lot of times women will be depicted as only a body part. Recently, we hear this term being thrown around a lot on social media. I'm always served videos about how to dress for the female gaze or how to stop dressing for the male gaze. The question this has raised for me is if we're able to apply these same terms that we use to critique media to individuals. I have the same question about applying terms like queer baiting to individuals. And I think the line gets blurred because social media is the new media and personal brands and influencers have taken over this space. But this has blurred the lines between media and real life. I think where it's a definite yes is when we're seeing this super produced content like Ashton Hall. He's developed this highly aesthetic, curated, aspirational to, I guess, somewhat morning routine. And he always has this woman appear, but it's just, her hands handing him something, or maybe her making a bed or completing a chore. She's usually always just depicted as a body part. It's almost such a on the nose representation of the male gaze. It almost feels like parody. I think it is a little bit. I think that's a little bit of his thing. He knows what he's doing. But I think it's a great reminder of what the male gaze actually is, because the male gaze isn't about women attracting men. But that's often how we hear it applied these days. It's, telling women to stop dressing for the male gaze. But that applies intention, that a woman is making the choice to want to dress to feel sexy or to attract. Here's the differentiation. The male gaze isn't about what women want. It's about how men perceive and represent women. Male gaze is not something you can dress for. It is something that is placed upon you, regardless of intent. And it's not even always about sexualization. I think there's always tones of power, which kind of equate to sexualization, but it's not always overt. Going back to the Ashton Hall example, his content is not about attracting women. He's using a woman as a prop to seem powerful and honestly cooler to other men. So I guess my questions for you are, when do you think it's appropriate to apply these critiques that we have for traditional media to influencers and personal brands?